8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the first ever WrestleHolics Kingdom prediction preview, and this will be for Sunday's pay-per-view Backlash. This will be a Smackdown exclusive branded pay-per-view, headlined by Jinder Mahal challenging Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, as well as AJ Styles challenging Kevin Owens for his United States Championship. I just like to thank everybody who's listening, who's watching now, and anybody who in the future will watch this. It's a pleasure to have you for the first ever prediction preview uh, panel here. Um, so we're gonna kick things off with the pre-show, which should be a very fun and quick and easy contest between Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10, as you know, and Aiden English. Aiden English trying to get a win, a big win here on pay per view, regardless if it's on the pre show or not. He's someone who they're kind of letting play his character a little bit more nowadays, trying to get it over backstage with segments. He started crying that couple weeks ago, and I think he's really getting over to the point where they could use him on TV and kind of have a known personality there, someone they could trust in the ring. And I'm glad he's getting his singles opportunity without Simon Gotch. That's a real good sign for Aiden English moving forward. However, the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, will be just a little bit too much for him. It's going to be a real standard match. Ty's going to get his stuff in. Aiden will get some stuff in. But ultimately, Dillinger's definitely going to walk out with a win here. It's going to be a nice match. They're going to work hard. And it should be a good way to kick off SmackDown's, I'd say, so-so build for their pay-per-view this Sunday. With that being said, the first match I'm going to go over is on I should say on the main show is Naomi, SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch versus the Welcoming Committee, who just formed about a month ago, and we had some big question marks there as to what was going to happen with that group, but it looks like they're blossoming pretty well. They're gelling together, and it seems to make sense between the three of them, four of them if you include Ellsworth, that that they're doing this, kind of put them all over at once. That way, when they do split, if they ever do split soon here, they could do something with all three of them, potentially all four of them, including Ellsworth there. But what I plan on seeing here in this particular match is a little crack in the alliance between Naomi and Charlotte and Becky Lynch. I think something's definitely going to go down there as far as what their alliance is moving forward. I feel like they're going to slowly pick apart that tandem there, starting with Becky, and then they'll definitely get down to Charlotte and Naomi soon enough here for the title. But I think definitely I'm picking the Welcoming Committee here to get some steam under their alliance there. They're a up and coming heel stable that's kind of refreshing to the SmackDown brand. It's been one of the better things on the show, and Natalia running the show here. I think they're definitely a heavy favorite for me moving forward. So that's what I definitely see ahead in the first match here at Backlash. Charlotte is gelling well with these. I wouldn't say not as talented women, but I would say not on exactly on her level. She's done a really good job carrying a lot of these talents, even with her having different scripts written for her and different things like that. So I definitely give big ups to Charlotte for making even a six-woman tag match that much more interesting, especially with the way they're pushing the Raw talent now, and how Alexa Bliss has evolved over there and what they're missing and what void they need to fill over there on Tuesday. So definitely big ups to Charlotte there. Uh, Next match I'm gonna go over is a match that hasn't exactly had a great build to it. Um, that's Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin. These guys have been going back and forth for a little bit now. Uh, haven't had exactly even exchanges. One guy has either gotten better of the other guy, or the other guy's gotten better of, you know, the other guy this time. Sami Zayn is a great talent, but someone brought up a good point. I forgot where I was listening, but they said WWE has made Sami Zayn out to be a nothing, and that really hurts as a fan because you see Sami Zayn and you know he could do so much and different things, but it's really annoying when you could hear that and believe it at the same time, knowing how good he is. So hopefully he could, you know, do something soon, or have something in the plans for him moving forward, because a lot of this is very upsetting as a fan, because how long can you wait before you diminish, or how long can you wait to build something so we could just not believe in him anymore, or I don't know how to. He's out of touch to me. It, it's I'm at a real complacent place with him as a fan, because it's very hard to get behind somebody who does so little, and it's hard to say it. It's hard to spill that out about Sami Zayn, but Baron Corbin's definitely a very good opponent for him. Should be a good storytelling match as far as big guy, small guy, underdog, David Goliath type performance here. I look for Baron Corbin to get one over on Sammy, even though you could easily have Sammy go over. But Baron Corbin is definitely a guy who they need to step up his game a little bit, kind of be that main event player they're putting him on the burner for, and I think if he could step up and get a huge win here, that'd be great for him, not only um, for him but for SmackDown in general, to kind of creating that star that Raw has in Braun Strowman, kind of counteract that, kind of build some steam on the guy. Um, but Baron Corbin is who I see going over with the end of days. Baron Corbin's a guy who definitely deserves a win here. And I just don't see WWE giving Sami Zayn any rub soon. I think that's more in the next coming months here, heading into SummerSlam. So next match I'm going over is the Usos and Breeze Dango. Definitely a fun build, in a way where Breeze Dango has gotten over and the Usos have gotten over kind of the same way. None of them seem, better than the other, which can be at the same time very awkward, especially if you're talking about a champion and a challenger. But definitely a big ups for Breeze Dango, because they were in a very dark place ever since the brand split and the shakeup and different things like that. So these fashion files and these matches that they're now winning are definitely momentum builders, and now they have a couple people behind them, and then continuing on with this, you can only build. So a big win here would be very surprising to me. Something I wouldn't be expecting because the Usos do have a lot of momentum and a lot of ammunition moving forward that they could use. I don't think they've exactly exasperated their title run. You know what I mean? So I think they have a little bit more left in them that they're gonna plan on using. But definitely a fun contest. I remember last year they were on the kickoff show. I believe it was Battleground, and they tore the house down. It was a great match. So I look forward to nothing less than what I saw before, perhaps more. It's gonna be a great match. I'm glad it's on the main show. These guys are gonna show exactly who they are. Talking about Breeze Dango, uh, Fandango is a fantastic worker. Don't be mistaken. Tyler Breeze is not the star by any means. These guys are so evenly talented. Fandango definitely has not shown what he could do. But this Breeze Dango tag team, I think it's done wonders for him. It's been a great deal for him. Also, Tyler Breeze breaking into the business by himself had struggles. Didn't know what he was gonna do with this character. Going out for 2 minutes at a time, this and that, and now he's here. He's in a tag title match on Smackdown. Definitely believe when they say it's the land of opportunity. What a great way to showcase something than on a main card on a pay per view. So definitely looking forward to Usos Breeze Dango. Although I think Usos will definitely get a big win here moving forward. Kind of see where they're gonna move on to uh, this coming summer. So definitely a great match to look forward to. Something um, that I think is gonna be the best match of the night, or at number two at the very worst. I think this tag match is going to open a lot of eyes, so I look forward to this match being one of the better ones of the night. However, moving forward, we're going to go to Wyatt Brethren's Eric Rowan, uh, scary dude. You've seen him on Talking Smack this week with the clown mask. He's been working that, the live events, working that gimmick with the clown mask. Um, this guy is for real. He's picked up big wins in recent weeks. Building a lot of steam on this guy despite Harper being the bigger star. You'd think Harper would get a huge win on pay-per-view, finally breaking out. But I think they have a lot of stock in Rowan and what story he has to tell, because um, you could tell he's gotten a lot of TV time versus Harper. Harper has been a little bit behind on him, which has me questioning whether they're still pushing Harper or what's going on there. But definitely see Eric Rowan here with a great performance. You know, he doesn't have very many, but this is a guy who I think is always trained with Harper, who should have good chemistry with a lot of different things. So Harper and Rowan, they should tear it down for two big guys. I expect about 8 minutes of hell, um, stiff hits, and just great back and forth exchanges because they know each other so well. They've been in the Wyatt family. They probably trained together, lifted together, been on the road together, things like that. So they know their psychology, and it should be a great mix in between, kind of a filler match between the important ones that could really stand out in a way where they get a lot of people's attention. So I look for actually Eric Rowan to take this victory, very controversially. Um, I think they have a lot more steam building between these two. I don't think it's over by any sense of the means there. Um, After Rowan wins, so I think Harper's payoff is going to be a little bit later. However, they're still building a lot of steam. I think if you're getting a guy over with a new gimmick, uh, Eric Rowan is a guy who you could put a lot of stock in, and eventually turn it over his heat to Harper. That way he has momentum moving forward like he did earlier this year. So I look for Eric Rowan here. Next match is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is an incredible performer in between the ring. Outside the ring, he's above average. very, very solid mic worker. Is trying to get it over on Smackdown for weeks. Shinsuke has been kind of mystique, kind of had an appearance here, kind of leaving it for the imagination until Backlash. And it's surprising to me that they've surrounded this pay per view to be kind of his welcoming committee or big debut for the brand. So they've been working house and lives over the last month or so since he's debuted, and they've been above average matches. Nothing special, pretty basic. So I expect them to turn it up a little bit for the pay per view, as always, as anybody would. Um, Shinsuke Nakamura is obviously going over here. Uh, no surprise there. Um, you'd expect someone like Dolph Ziggler to put in an incredible performance, even in a losing effort, as sad to say as he normally would. Shinsuke Nakamura has a lot to prove here, especially to his doubters and backstage. His doubters, you know, people who say he came up too early or came up too late or just different things that you would hear. However, I think he's gonna do a great job. He has a great running mate in Ziggler, who is gonna sell a lot of his stuff very well. He's gonna let him get a lot of his stuff in, and it's gonna be a great contest between the two of them. I don't think it's gonna be any better than any other contest on this card necessarily. I don't every match on this card has potential to be great in its position that it's in, but I see this one being a very nice, entertaining match with Shinsuke going over, definitely, no question. Um, and moving forward to the United States Championship match between Kevin Owens, the champion, and challenger AJ Styles, who has been ice cold since WrestleMania. AJ Styles hasn't been featured as much as you would think on SmackDown Live. Coming off that win versus Shane, you thought he'd be moving on to the main event scene or the main card level, but he's wanting to go to the mid card championship contention to try to build that championship and make it credible for SmackDown Live. At this stage of his career, I think he has the right to kind of get creative and do different things like that he's never done. And so I can appreciate that. However, it's convenient that Kevin Owens is the champion. It kind of has that main event feel because those are two guys that you could definitely see main event in any show, anytime, anywhere in this universe. So these two guys should have a real fun, physical, very entertaining contest. Something that we're gonna definitely have our eyes on, bell to bell. Something we can't take our eyes off of. They've teased a feud earlier when AJ first started in 2016, when he had that phenomenal year, and it's something we've been waiting for a long time. So definitely something I'm looking forward to, especially because their build hasn't been that good. So if the match is all that better, that's gonna make them have more steam to kind of build towards enhancing the story and doing those type of things that they were really doing well at and different things. So I look for Kevin Owens to come out on top here. A lot of people are leaning towards AJ Styles to take the belt because they're very high on him backstage. But Kevin Owens is a guy who I see has a lot of heat, this Face of America thing. I don't know if they think if it's working or if it's not working, but it has a lot of heat and potential. And I think Kevin Owens is a guy who you could lean on for a couple more months before a switch. That title, if you want it to mean something, you gotta have the champion go over a couple times, definitely. Um, I see these two tearing it down every night. They're in the ring together. I expect nothing less this Sunday. This Sunday should be a lot of fun. I expect a lot of great action in that one. A lot of psychology. Uh, but Kevin Owens, I definitely see going over um, and winning and retaining his United States Championship. And finally, the main event, the Maharaja Jinder Mahal versus uh, the Viper Randy Orton WWE Championship match. Um, it's been a unique build. It's been the one they're trying to focus on the most and get over the most. They put a lot of time into this between Raw last month before Payback and his House of Horrors match, Randy Orton's House of Horrors match, and moving forward to now, Jinder Mahal has been uh, a great number one contender. When you first see Jinder, you definitely get turned off because those type of guys never last and they're usually pushed for one reason. But he's been working hard. He's been he's been improving. He's been entertaining. I have no problems with Jinder and his push here. I think it's different. It's very creative how they're going about it, and I think he's showing the world that he is a superstar, and he is someone who you could say, oh, I mean, yes, Jinder Mahal, he's a star. He's respected. You know what I mean? And I think he's gaining a lot of that in working Randy Orton and working these main events, defeating AJ Styles, pinning him in the middle of the ring. Pinning different guys and gaining these wins. And I think it's doing wonders for his career, not just um, with us, the fans, but with backstage. I think he's doing a lot for him. I think this is something that I could see Jinder being a real force here for a while. I mean, he's a massive dude. Um, he's talented. He's been doing it for a long time, and I definitely respect him as an athlete and as a superstar. But this is just not his time. He's not ready um, for a world championship to carry a brand. Uh, I feel like Randy Orton is the guy until they have the next guy. Um, who that next guy is, I don't know. But Jinder Mahal, it's a little premature for him, to say the least. Even though he's very talented, has been doing it for a long time, and is now well respected. But I definitely see Randy Orton going over. It should be a very above average match. There's nothing much you could say to a Randy Orton Jinder Mahal. They're both two guys who get the basic stuff in, get the fundamental stuff in. It is very fluent what they do, but it's nothing that's gonna surprise you. And I think even with the Singh brothers and all that, Randy Orton's ultimately gonna walk out the WWE champion, and Jinder Mahal is gonna open a lot of eyes and entertain. Um, so it should be a lot of fun. I definitely see Randy Orton going over in the world championship match. Um, what I am gonna say is thank you so much, guys, for following along with me. It's been a lot of fun, and for the first one ever, it's been quite the experience. So thank you guys for listening. WrestleHolics Kingdom uh, review prediction panel um, for Backlash this Sunday. So if you guys have any questions, go to the WrestleHolics Kingdom Facebook page at WrestleHolics Kingdom, or WrestleHolics Kingdom Instagram at WrestleHolics Kingdom, or the WrestleHolics website at WrestleHolicsFantasy.com. Once again, thank you guys so much for following. I'm Nicholas Hakeem Akbar, and see you guys later.
Bros, I've gotten to wager your fatal four-way match for the #1 contendership.
My obsession with Dean Ambrose? My obsession with Dean Ambrose? Maybe we should talk about your obsession with Dean Ambrose. I mean, after all, you're the one sleeping with him.